What's going on? And welcome back to the Blake Billman Mask channel. And today we are back with another Scooby-Doo villain mask. Today's Scooby-Doo villain mask is from the Scooby-Doo area episode, A Gaggle of Galloping Ghosts, in which Scooby and the gang visit a castle called Franken Castle that is crowded with famous, monsters such as Dracula and the Wolfman, and if I remember right, Frankenstein is in there as well. But on the way to the castle, the Scooby and the gang notice a gypsy cart outside of the castle in which they decide to visit and get their fortunes told. And while they're busy getting their fortunes told, the gypsy tells them to stay away from the castle and don't go near the castle, because if they do, they're going to get seriously hurt or something along them lines. Now, of course, Scooby and the gang don't heed this warning, and they go on to the castle anyways. And the very first monster that Scooby and the gang encounter is Dracula, who actually turns into a bat and flies towards them. Once inside, the gang gets split up because Shaggy and Scooby went in first to try and rescue Daphne, and one of the very first monsters that they encounter and run away from and try to hide from is the Wolfman himself. But for the most part, the rest of the episode is pretty much Scooby and the gang running away from these monsters and getting a couple of clues here and there to figure out who is behind the monsters here at this Franken Castle. But their main piece of evidence that they find is a piece of cloth that has all these different jewelries sewn into it, and they end up going back to the gypsy and they find the gypsy with the same exact piece of fabric, and it turns out that this gypsy's name is actually Big Bob Oakley or something like that. And it turns out this dude is actually wanted in like 7 different states as the most wanted criminal. But with that episode summary out of the way, let's go ahead and check out the Wolfman. And I absolutely love this mask, but it's definitely not all that accurate compared to what you see on the show, because the Wolfman is definitely not purple and his hair was definitely not black. But other than that, I think they did a really good job bringing a 2D dimensional image into a 3D mask here. So you can't really fault them too much for that, but the features on this thing, I think, are really, really cool. And if you're a fan of Scooby-Doo, I highly recommend picking up this along with the rest of the set that they did for Trick or Treat Studios. And obviously with this one, they chose to go with glued-on hair here, which looks really nice. Which brings me back to my last video. And if you haven't seen that one, I'll drop a link down in the description to check out the Creeper unboxing. But this one, along with a couple other ones, they actually went with actual hair on here, which I think looks pretty good, unlike with the Creeper where they went with sculpted in hair, which I think could have really benefited from, using actual hair. But enough of me. I'll go ahead and get you guys some up-close shots of this. And this has been Blake Billman here at the Blake Billman Mask channel, reminding you to strive to be masculine.